Bob and Wendy. The focus of the football world is here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and in just a couple of hours, it could shift to the Lehigh Valley's own Saquon Barkley. When you think of spring cleaning, you probably think of this. Or this. But what might need the most cleaning? Your computer. This is exactly where the pipeline would be. It would go straight into Loretta Varley's bedroom. At this hour, things are quiet here on Turner Street near Hall Street, but if you take a look behind me, you can see that candles are still burning and balloons are still tied down. The crowd here inside Mohegan Sun Arena was loud, energetic, and passionate as President Trump delivered his endorsement to Lou Barletta for Senate. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, all we heard was Philly, Philly. But with Villanova winning 2 of the last 3 national championships, Nova Nation has turned this city into Villy Villy. This summer, I'm going to take my talents to the Lehigh Valley and play for the Iron Pigs. Could you imagine if LeBron James actually said that? After 12 votes, City Council finally came to an agreement and voted for former City Council President Ray O'Connell as interim mayor. To put this into perspective, they've been going crazy since we first got here at 1:30 in the afternoon. With a handful of supporters behind him, Allentown Mayor Ed Pulowski read a prepared statement in front of his house. It took less than 5 minutes, and he didn't answer any questions. He praised the work that was done during his tenure and apologized for everything except what he was convicted of doing. As a rookie, Saquon Barkley established himself as one of the league's best players, and the Whitehall grad is hoping his on-field success translates into attention for a cause that hits close to home. It's early January, and Saquon Barkley is back home in Whitehall spending time with his family. Perhaps the most excited to see the NFL star, outside of his daughter Jada, is his 9-year-old niece Amira Johnson, or Mai.
Every time he's home, you know, they dance and they play, and she loves him.
Her energy is so positive, and when she's in the room, she just lights up the room.
Although Amira's light is something her mom, Katrina Krasenik, says almost did not shine after she was born.
The first day she was okay, everything was going good. The second day, I was feeding her and she turned blue.
Amira spent the next 5 days in the NICU.
Seeing her in the ICU and that little bed thing, it was difficult.
But she pulled through, and Katrina and Rashard Johnson took their daughter home. Yet without any diagnosis, Amira continued to have issues.
The left side was the biggest thing. Around 6 months, we noticed that like she wasn't really using her left hand. They just said like her brain didn't develop properly.
She started physical therapy at 6 months old and had rods placed in her spine at 3 because doctors said it was curved. Amira also began speech therapy, but wasn't making much progress.
Just working with her for a little bit, I'm like, you know, just something isn't clicking.
2 years later, she was diagnosed with 22q11 deletion syndrome, a disorder which stems from missing parts of the 22nd chromosome. After learning there wasn't a cure, but destined for the NFL, Uncle Saquon made a promise, one he followed through on with the league's initiative, My Cause, My Cleats.
I want to raise awareness. You know, 22q is a rare genetic disease, but it's not very common to the general public. And there's something that I've been talking about with my brother when I was in college, that when opportunity comes, that I want to help. And, you know, I'm going to give her those cleats, and I'm going to take my own money and donate to her.
In the meantime, Amira is not only monitored by a team of doctors at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, but is continuing physical therapy.
We're really just basing it on what we hope to see her get to and what she wants to get to. And big push.
And speech therapy at Health and Wellness Center at Cedar Crest.
She's been coming here for so long, you would think that progress wouldn't continue. She keeps getting better and better.
And through his own rising stardom, Saquon can keep Amira's light shining with 22q alongside her in the spotlight.
That's what everything's about with sports.
And you can help Amira and kids like her by donating at 22q.org and/or by showing up to the Chick-fil-A in Whitehall on February 2nd. 15% of the day's sales will be given to the International 22q Foundation. Back to you. There's still a heavy police presence here on Hamilton Boulevard as police have shut the street down in both directions. I'm going to step out of the shot so you can see. State police are leading the investigation along with the Lehigh County District Attorney's Office and South Whitehall Township Police. Now, officials have not provided us with a ton of information as to what happened here. However, we have obtained video which shows the encounter police had with the man right by that police cruiser before they eventually felt they had to shoot him. Now, we are going to show you this video right up until the shooting. You will not see the man get shot, but you will hear the shots. This video, taken by a person we're not identifying, shows a man talking with police on the side of Hamilton Boulevard in South Whitehall around 6 o'clock this evening. Lehigh County District Attorney Jim Martin says South Whitehall police responded to a report just minutes prior for a man interfering with traffic. Witnesses say the man was jumping on cars. However, Martin wouldn't confirm that.
In this area, there were several interactions with vehicles. Some damage was done to some of the vehicles. At least in one occasion, he ripped a window out of the vehicle.
We saw a car with glass in the windshield and hood believed to be one of the cars that the man damaged. Back to the video, and after a brief conversation, the man walks behind the police cruiser and then back towards it. A police officer can be heard instructing the man, who appears to not be armed, to get on the ground, but he does not comply. That's when you hear multiple gunshots.
Person we're informed is deceased. He was taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Cedar Crest, and we don't really have an identity on him. You'll have to get that from the coroner when it is established, and we're not at this point going to identify the involved officer.
Now, as investigators continue to gather more evidence out here, we're working to get more information as well. Once we have more, we'll share it with you. The ages of the three heroes, 15, 22, and 24, with the youngest, Alejandro, working the counter when the alleged suspect came in, pointed a gun at him, and then took off. However, those three were not about to let him get away. Alejandro Valderrama says he could tell from the beginning when the suspect, 36-year-old Jamar McMillan, came into the restaurant, something was up.
He seemed like a customer, but a strange customer. He had his hoodie up, tied to his face.
Alejandro says he asked McMillan for his order. The suspect then asked Alejandro about an item on the screen behind him. Surveillance video shows as Alejandro turns around, McMillan pulls out a gun, which police said turned out to be a BB gun.
And as I explained it to him, he just started talking in my ear saying, open the register.
That's when Alejandro's older cousin, Raffaello Carabello, turned around and realized what's going on.
Well, I just stepped right in front of my cousin and I told him, I was like, look, we can't get into the safe. All I have is the money that's inside the register.
Raffaello gave McMillan the money and told him to leave. McMillan did just that. Little did he know, the robbery wasn't going to be that easy.
It just dawned on me. I was like, I have to go after him.
As Raffaello went after him, Alejandro followed suit.
We came right behind him. He ran up the street, and then my cousin, he goes right behind him, just chasing him.
Alejandro says as Raffaello continued chasing McMillan, he went back into the store, called the police, and his general manager, Brian Daza, who was coming back after he made a delivery.
I drove up the hill, and I saw Rafi hopped in the car.
After a brief chase, the suspect ran back to Domino's, where video shows him tripping in the parking lot.
And I seen that he threw the gun when he tripped, so I just came behind him, just hit him over the head one time, made sure that he got down, and then when he was down, he tried to get back up, so I just hit him again. And hit him again.
The trio managed to hold the suspect down until the police showed up and arrested him. They also got their money back. You feel like a hero?
Not really, but, you know, I just did it for everybody here, you know. I work for everybody here. We're, like, on a family basis at the store. You mess with me, you mess with my family. That's just how I feel. That's how I was raised. You don't disrespect my family because we'll come after you.
Probably safe to say McMillan learned his lesson. Speaking of which, police have charged him with robbery, theft by deception, and simple assault.